The numbers are in, and, well, wouldn't you know it, the U.S. economy slips into a recession as inflation weighs on growth. Yes, for the second consecutive month. Lo and behold, what the actual numbers are saying. Now, we got the spin merchants here in a minute, and what Biden is finally saying now that he is COVID negative after 5 days of quarantine, or whatever kind of nonsense they want to try to spin. But before we get to all of the propaganda, let's take a look at the numbers. The U.S. economy has contracted in the second quarter, are marking 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth. Yeah, it's been multiple months, but here's the first 2 consecutive quarters. Okay, I think a depression is consecutive years or a full entire year of economic decline, but don't be quoting me on that. I'm no economist by any means. I'm just a dickhead who reads numbers. The gross domestic product shrank 0.9% at an annualized pace, marking a drop of 1.6% in the first quarter, the Commerce Department said Thursday. The market has penciled in a gain of 0.5% during the April to June span. Round of applause for that. 0.5% market gain, but it's, well, already offset by everything else. The decline in GDP. Ooh, nice little graph that just popped in. That's adorable. GDP reflects declines in inventories, 2 full percentage points. Residential investment, that's interesting, to say the least, 0.7% negative growth. And government spending, okay, 0.33%. Now that we're done creating and spending all of the money that's out there, even though you take a look at some of the bills that are already heading to Biden's desk, and there's several more billions and billions of dollars to be spent. So you think the shit's going to be wrapped up anytime soon, that we're going to be heading back to prosperity? Ain't going to happen. But this was offset by gains, in exports, that's nice, 1.43%, and consumer spending, up 0.7%. But you add all of that stuff up and it doesn't quite numbers don't quite line up. The U.S. economy is slowing at a significant rate. Economist Mohammed El-Iran, what does he know? His name's Mohammed. We don't believe him. He just deals in rocks and better ideas than the United States government has. Tweeted shortly after the numbers were published. Add to that the 8.7% price exchange in today's data, and the bottom line is clear. Deepening stagflation and flashing red recession risk. Yeah, no doubt. But again, now that we have the numbers, now we get to look at the spin. Uncle Joe, finally, after his days of quarantine, trust me, sweetie, nobody missed you. Okay. Biden makes first public appearance after testing negative for COVID. I'm glad he recovered and all that shit. I don't want the old man to fucking die or anything like that, but if you come out and you start yelling at everybody else for your failings, well, you know what, hey, maybe you need a couple of extra days. You should have just taken a long weekend for yourself. President Joe Biden exited isolation on January 27th to a round of applause after testing negative for COVID-19 and spoke to reporters at the White House. Yes, of course, all of his friends were gathered around. I've just tested negative for COVID after isolating for 5 days, I think. Biden said at an evening in the Rose Garden at the White House, his first public in-person appearance since testing positive on July 21st. Felt like I was back on the old campaign trail. Oh no, my recovery was quick and I feel great. I got through with no fear. Yeah, because you have all those jabs that are safe and effective. Biden had received 4 doses of the jab. But all of the vaccines available in the United States have proven increasingly unable to prevent infection. No, that was never what they were designed to do. No, what's the current excuse? Symptom suppression, right? Anyways, they have held up better against severe illness. Yeah, no, exactly. And how many people were experiencing severe illness to begin with? Oh, right, like really old, already feeble people with multiple comorbidities. Oh. White House physician Dr. Kevin O'Connor, a man in the Biden White House? What? Said in a memorandum, maybe he's gay or something, I don't fucking know. A memorandum that Biden tested negative in the evening of July 26th and again the morning of July 27th. Well, whenever he woke up, like 12 o'clock or something. 11:30 if it was still the morning. Given the reassuring factors, the president will discontinue his strict isolation measures. I'm sure they were very strict. Not like anybody was longing to talk to him for any extended period of time, but whatever. O'Connor said in the memo, which was issued by, oh yes, the gay black lady, who is the press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre. That's the way that she always wants to introduce herself, so fuck it, I'll just acquiesce to her requests. O'Connor had been giving daily written updates, oh my god, in fucking crayon, on the president, but hadn't answered questions from reporters about Biden's condition following the diagnosis. But he finished his breakfast and lunch, and you can see his plate. He even licked it clean. How adorable. Let's be honest, I wanted to see what he was actually going to be doing again, now that he has to answer for his crimes. His handling of the economy. Candidate Joe Biden. You guys remember when he was up there on the debate stage getting his ass kicked by Trump, being saved by, I forget what the lady was, but then old droopy dog Chris Wallace. Where the fuck does he even work anymore? Not for CNN Plus, because that shit closed up shop quicker and a female-run business. Whoo, buddy. Candidate Joe Biden promised to get the United States economy out of the recession caused by the coronavirus and the subsequent economic shutdowns he ran for as president. I helped pull this country out of a recession before by spending billions and billions of dollars of taxpayer dollars to fund to bail out multiple multinational corporations. Great, cool. Is that what you're going to do now with your own created recession? You're going to make the money machine go burr again? Not like over the past couple of years they haven't printed 40 to 50% of all money currently in circulation. No, good thing that hasn't happened at all. No. Yeah. So yeah, like he said, just at the tail end of when some of the states are starting to open up again, okay, but then he started to do that whole tango of mask mandates. This was before the jab and all that stuff. Boy, time seemed... No, not simpler, actually. It was a shit time. But anyways, yeah. I helped pull this country out of a recession before, and as president, I'll do it again. At the time, there was no recession. Half the country was shut down under spurious science and spiteful people in charge, just waiting for the election to be over. And yeah, by just turning the lights on, everything would have been better. But no. He can fix a recession. I trust Joe. I trust Joe to... make uncomfortable passes at preschoolers. That's about it. What did Joe have to say specifically about this recession? It's not a recession now, is it? President Joe Biden grew defensive at the White House on Thursday after insisting the United States economy is not experiencing a recession on his watch. Nope, of course not. Nope. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. There is no recession going on right now. President Joe Biden said, "That doesn't sound like a recession to me." Concurrent quarters of a shrinking economy is actually the textbook definition of a recession, but okay. He said after reading a list of positive economic news off of his note card. Did that also have repeat the quote and repeat the line? No. Oh, okay, cool. President spoke about the idea of a recession after the GDP numbers released on Thursday showing the economy shrunk by 0.9% of the second quarter of 2022. He pivoted to the positive economic news. Like what? Biden pointed to record low unemployment rates. Yeah, because how many fucking small businesses had to roll up shop because you guys kept these mandates in line, okay? That's just one data point, but no. The fewer people are unemployed. Okay. And business investments in America at record rates. Cool. He pointed to things that it said on a note card that he didn't even prepare for himself. He's a smart guy. He also pointed to investments in electric battery production and semiconductor chips as evidence the economy is not experiencing a recession. Yeah, no, two niche industries. Oh, okay, cool. How does that account for everything else that's going on? It doesn't, but it's a nice distraction for the time being. President also claimed that Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said the economy is not currently in a recession. No, he just raised interest rates by 75 basis points again when he could have just did a full point just as easily, okay? But I guess he's just waiting for the next time that the Fed's going to meet. Not entirely sure of that, but he's just going to raise them again by another 75 basis points because you think that just money's this magical thing and you can print it to get out of whatever situation you want. And why aren't Black Lives Matter and Antifa just burning down some businesses, okay? Because I need a real distraction at this point. But don't worry, Jerome Powell, head of the Fed, says that there's no recession right now, okay? Just don't, probe them for any more information. You'll get the answers that you want. But that's all right. Janet Yellen, head of the U.S. Treasury Department, says there is no recession because I've got a different definition of recession. You can't make this shit up. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen doubled down on her claim that the U.S. economy is not in a recession. Hey man, if these old crusty white-haired folks say that there is no recession, I know who I'm going to believe. Okay, I support current thing and I just simply listen and believe. Despite the fact that the latest GDP report showed a second straight quarterly decline, Yellen said experts should avoid a semantics battle. That's fucking rich comedy right there. We should avoid a semantics battle. Well, okay, by the textbook definition, we're currently in a recession. Shh, shut up. Okay. When discussing the U.S. economy, even as the White House on Thursday scrambled to push back against the widely held view among economists, you know, those evil right-wing economists, okay, that 2 straight quarters of GDP declines are the definition of a recession. Hey man, if you were coming into an economy that was being driven into the ground by overwhelming amounts of military spending by the Bush administration, you would totally take that ball and run with it. But hey man, this is a rod made for your own back, but what are you going to be doing with that? Nah, those aren't scars, those aren't lash marks. That's just proof of submission to the ideology. Don't worry about it. Most economists and most Americans have a similar definition of recession: substantial job losses and massive layoffs. No. They have a textbook definition. They have a similar definition. Concurrent quarterly shrinkage of GDP. Pretty fucking simple. Okay, but you want to go ahead and blow this out, okay, because again, the numbers just got released. Okay, now that the numbers have been released, and in order for the rest of that stuff to really take effect, you're just going to have to give it enough time, and then hopefully that gives you an opportunity to kind of massage your current definition. Just saying. So yeah, what does this definition need? Okay, their definition. I live in the real world. This is a fucking recession. Okay, you can either play within the parameters of the game, or you can flip over the chessboard and just fucking cry and shit your pants over it. You do you, I guess. Substantial job losses and massive layoffs. Businesses shutting down. They've already shut down. There's no more businesses to shut down. The rest of them are just getting subsidized by the government. Whatever. And private sector activity slowing considerably. Oh, okay, well, it's slowing. It's not considerably. What's considerably? More than there is right now. I understand. Family budgets under immense strain. Take a look at your inflation numbers and the fact that everything just continues to go up and up and up. Oh, but don't worry, gas prices are down for, I don't know, whatever, 79th day at this point. Cool. You jacked them up so high that you could continue to go on throughout the rest of the year. Oh, gas prices are still lowering. They're still going to be higher than the $2 per gallon that you could buy gas at just about any fucking place outside of California during the Trump administration. So you go ahead and massage the numbers. You continue to just throw fucking pocket sand and pocket lint at everybody in order to try to obfuscate from the facts. The facts are, you guys sucked at handling the economy. Anybody who dug into any of the policies and didn't buy onto all of the sweet rhetoric and all of the nothings that Biden was sniffing and whispering into anybody's ear, you got exactly what you fucking deserved. If you thought that, I just don't like mean tweets, I like Trump's policy, but not the way that he says it, that's bitch-made ideology, and you get what you fucking voted for, you dumb cunts. I won't be taking anybody's opinions on these type of situations if you believe that rhetoric one more fucking time. So yeah, hopefully you can make the best of a bad situation here, okay? And just wait for the actual inflation numbers to come out, because yeah, if you thought 9.1% was bad, yeah, wait for the real shit, closer to 20, my guys. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Coswello. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.